Black people, in my estimation, are the biggest racists you'll ever find in your life. The biggest racists, bigger than any other races you'll ever find. And the reason being is because they believe, they want to be very honest with you, they seriously believe the absolute lie that white people are superior to them. They might say outwardly that they don't, but with their actions, they demonstrate that they have an inferiority complex to white people. And I chuckle when I think about this because it's a very silly way to look at look at the world, and the evidence would say otherwise. But that's certainly what they believe. They believe that white people are superior and they're inferior. And this is the problem that you see amongst blacks all over the world. This inferiority complex is what drives them. Now, I read history quite often. I'm a history buff. And when I look at civilizations, they're all the same. The Europeans, Persians, the Babylonians, the Assyrians, they're all the same. We can just look at recent history now, where in 19th century, it was the century of colonialism. The Europeans were going all over the globe and they were gobbling up various nations under their umbrella, and they looked mighty and they looked great and invincible. And strange things started happening in the 20th century. Then you had the Great World War, where the Germans and the British and the French started fighting amongst each other, as they usually have all throughout the Holy Empire, Roman Empire days. But they fought this devastating war where millions upon millions of Europeans, both German, French, and British, died. And you would think that they learned their lesson. No, it took another 24, 25 years later. They fought another war. It was World War II. And this war was even more devastating. They killed millions upon millions of civilians and millions upon millions of soldiers, much more devastating than World War One. So devastating, in fact, that the United States thought it best to not give Europeans weapons to defend themselves. We created NATO in order to ensure that another world war wouldn't happen in Europe. And this is supposed to be the cradle of civilization, where the Germans are the most civilized people on the planet from what we thought of, the most Nobel laureates you have in science, literature, economics. And these people engage in barbarism not comparable in any place on earth, where they killed millions of Jews indiscriminately. Women, children, men, old people, didn't matter. Uh, Now, if you are going to go on and suggest that white people are superior to you, you are sorely mistaken. The truth of the matter is that humankind, mankind in general, is fallen. Mankind in general is bad. We are all bad. We are all under the power of sin and death, as a Christian for me. And we are all equal in that regard. So to regard white people as superior to black people, in my opinion, is a sin. It's a disease. It's something that must be treated quickly, because it makes you delusional and it makes you someone that is insane, in my opinion. We all need help. We all need something that can help us cope with our maladies as human beings, and putting another human being above you is not the way to go. So I suggest that black people need to get over racism. Black people need to start realizing that they are the biggest racists, and it's not white people, but they're just projecting their insecurity and their weaknesses onto white people because they don't have any courage whatsoever to face their own demons, to face their own insecurities. And that's a shame. So I believe that black people have to start looking themselves in the mirror more closely and see how wonderfully created they are, how talented they are, how beautiful they are, and how much they can add to this great world that we have, and how much they can understand at the end of the day that race and ethnicity and all these different features are just a bunch of junk. And these are all things used to divide us, that we're all individuals at the end of the day. We're all children of God at the end of the day. And let's just get over this race stuff. But until then, they need to get rid of racism and start thinking clearly. So